Now let's build a decision together. I encourage you to follow along with me. Your environment may already have all the files used in this demo. However, if you don't see them, please visit our SAS Software GitHub page. The SAS via Quick Start repository provides the files used in our demonstrations and instructions to load them into your environment. Select Decisions and New Decision. Name it Loan_Decision, then browse to My Folder. Select the new folder icon and name it Home Equity Decision. Select the new Home Equity Decision folder, then click Save to create the new decision. The decision flow opens with only start and end nodes. The object pane allows you to create and add several different types of nodes to the flow. If you have existing saved objects, you can access and add them to your flow from the Content Selector Objects pane. As the first action in our decision flow, we want to use the power of AI to predict the likelihood a loan will default. In a previous demonstration video for SAS Model Studio, we fit a variety of models and determined a champion model that best predicted loan outcome. That model was registered so that we could utilize it in other applications. In the Content Selector Objects, navigate to SAS Content, Model Repositories, DM Repository, Home Equity Analysis, Version 1, Gradient Boosting. Then drag the Gradient Boosting model and drop it on the Start node. Note the red X on the Gradient Boosting node indicating an error. Select Input Variables in the right panel. All the input variables for the model are listed, but they do not map to corresponding variables in the decision. Select Output Variables, and we see all variables produced from the model. Intelligent Decisioning uses variables to connect the different decision elements and transmit values from one to another, and you can easily reuse variables from other objects and data tables. The input and output variables from the model must be added to the decision. This is easily accomplished by selecting the More menu, then choosing Add Missing Variables. Select Add to include all variables in the decision. I'll select the Variables tab to verify the decision variables are defined. Note that you can also add missing variables automatically by setting a global option. Select your profile and choose Settings, SAS Intelligent Decisioning, and General. Then select Create Variables Automatically in Decisions. I'll leave the setting off so we can see when variables need to be added to the decision. Return to the Decision Flow tab, and let's look more closely at the output variables. The specific variable we are most interested in is P_bad1, which represents the predicted probability that the target variable, bad, will be a value of 1, which represents a defaulted loan. We can build business rules to further refine the loan application decisions based on the model results. Right-click the Gradient Boosting node and select Add, Branch. I'll name the branch Proceed with Loan Evaluation ? And verify the branch type is Yes, No expression. Click OK. In the Properties pane, click Edit next to the branch expression field to define the condition to split applicants. In the Variables pane, double-click P_bad1 to insert it into the expression. Type or click the less than sign, then type 0.2. It's a good idea to click Verify Syntax to confirm the expression is valid. Then click Save. Now, when the predicted probability of a loan defaulting is less than 0.2, then the decision flow will follow the Yes branch. Next, we'll build 2 rule sets that will further process applications that follow each branch. Under Decision Elements, select Rule Sets and New Rule Set. Type Declined Applications in the Name field. Verify the storage location is the Home Equity Decision folder and click Save. This rule set will create 2 new variables to flag declined loan applications and create a text string that will explain the reason for the loan decision. Begin in the Variables tab and select Add Variable, Custom Variable. Type result flag in the name field and change the data type to integer. Then click Add. Next, type result reason in the name field, change the data type to character, then click Add. Both variables will be the output from this rule set, so clear the input checkboxes and click OK. Select the Rule Set tab and click Add Other, Assignment, and OK. Confirm the action is Assign and the variable is Result Flag. Because these loans are above the threshold for predicted risk, we simply need to assign a value of -1 to indicate the application is declined. Click the plus sign to create a second assignment. Select Result Reason as the variable and type, quote, "The predicted risk of loan default is too high to be considered for a home equity loan," quote. Be sure to include the quotation marks. Click Save and close the rule set. Next, we'll build a rule set for the Yes branch to ensure applicants meet minimum requirements for debt-to-income ratio. Click New Rule Set, then type Check Debt to Income in the Name field. Confirm the storage location is the Home Equity Decision folder, and click Save. Again, we'll begin in the Variables tab. Select Add Variable, Data Table. Search for home_equity, then select the in-memory table and click OK. Choose Debt INC, move it to the Selected Items list, and click Add. This variable will serve as input to the rule set. I would also like to include it in the output for informational purposes, so I'll leave both checkboxes selected. Next, we need to add the result flag and result reason variables created in the first rule set. The easiest way to do this is to select Add Variable, Rule Set. Click Browse and navigate to the Home Equity Decision folder, select Declined Applications, and click OK. Move both variables over to the Selected Items list, then click Add. Now we're ready to build a condition. Select the Rule Set tab and click Add Rule. Confirm the variable in the if condition is Debt INC. Select the greater than operator and type 40 in the last field. After the then condition, change the variable to Result Flag and type -1. Ensure the then condition is selected, then click the plus sign to add an additional assignment. In the variable field, select Result Reason, and then type, quote, "Your debt-to-income ratio is too high to be considered for a home equity loan," quote. Next, select Add Else Rule to assign values for applications with an acceptable debt-to-income ratio. Select Result Flag as the variable and type 1. Click the plus sign and change the variable to Result Reason. Type, quote, "Congratulations, your home equity loan application has been approved," quote. Note that in this example, we are simply assigning a text string, but you can click the pencil icon to access the full expression editor. There you can build and validate more complex expressions using variables and functions. We're done, so select Save and Close. Select Decisions, Loan Decision to return to the flow. Open the Content Selector Objects pane and navigate to My Folder, Home Equity Decision. Click the Refresh button if you do not see both rule sets that we created. Drag Declined Applications and drop it on the No branch. Drag Check Debt to Income and drop it on the Yes branch. Both rule sets indicate there are errors because of new variables in the rule sets that do not map to variables in the decision. Select the More menu and choose Add Missing Variables, Add. Result Flag and Result Reason are added to the decision. Once each loan application has been flagged as either approved or denied, we want to notify the applicant of the result. An additional step in our decision can utilize a Python program to generate and send an email to each applicant with the decision results. Enabling the email action does require a few extra configuration steps typically performed by an administrator, so for our demonstration, we'll simply generate the text for the email. From the Objects pane, drag Python code file and drop it on the End node. Type Create Email Message in the name field. Confirm the folder is Home Equity Decision, then click Save. Click Open in the Properties pane to access the code file editor. Open a new tab in your browser and navigate to our SAS via Quick Start repository on GitHub. Select the Create Email Message.txt file. Then click the Copy Raw File icon. Return to SAS Intelligent Decisioning. Then delete the starter code in the editor and paste the Python program in the Code tab. This program creates a variable named message. If result flag is equal to -1, the message indicates the application was declined and the result reason is stated. If result flag is 1, the message text and value of result reason indicate the application was approved. We need to click Sync Variables to ensure all variables used in the code are added to the Variables tab. It's a good idea to review the Variables tab to ensure that the attributes are all assigned correctly. Notice result flag has been defined as a character variable. Click on result flag and change the data type to integer. Then click OK. Then click Message and assign a default length of 500 and click OK. This will avoid potential truncation of the assigned message. I'll click Sync to Code to ensure the variables are all in alignment. I'll save the program and then close the code file. Select Variables to indicate that the Variables tab has the correct assignments and attributes. Return to the decision flow once again. Click Validate and Save and Validate to verify the flow is properly constructed and all variables in the individual objects are added to the decision. Note the errors because of missing variables in the decision. Once again, select the More menu, then choose Add Missing Variables and Add. If there are any remaining validation issues, you can use the validation panel on the right side to view the error details and link to the components. Our decision flow is now complete.